The dog bared its fangs at the female owner, refusing to let her sit on the chair. After eating, it quietly sat on the sofa, watching the woman mop the floor. However, the woman was very scared because she didn't know when the dog would suddenly get angry. This dog is named Tofu and has experienced being abandoned 3 times. It wasn't until the woman took it home that she realized how aggressive the dog was. But the woman didn't dare to hit or scold the dog. Even if she got bitten, she would silently endure it. Her palms are full of scars. Almost everyone who visits the house has been attacked by the dog. Her son and daughter have to be extremely cautious around the dog, wrapping themselves up tightly before daring to sit on the sofa. People around her have been advising her to get rid of the dog because its behavior has severely affected her life. But the woman wouldn't listen at all and continued to treat the dog like royalty. Helpless, her children had no choice but to seek help from a TV program, hoping to improve the dog's temperament. A passerby just complimented the dog for being cute, unexpectedly. This cute dog actually has a terrible temperament. It often bites its owner and has a very strong territorial instinct. When encountering other dogs outside, it would bark aggressively, scaring a small Pomeranian which then ran away with its owner. Such behavior is like that of a little bully in the dog world.
정말 위험하지 않습니까?
To investigate further, the guests decided to visit the house. Even before entering, the dog was constantly barking. Luckily, the guests brought an iron net with them, which allowed them to sit down safely. However, the dog's incessant barking made it impossible to have a conversation. So, they asked the owner to step out to see how the dog would react. Although the dog hid under the dining table, it remained very aggressive, quickly biting off the guest's glove. They had to call the owner back and put a leash on the dog, handing it over to the guest for control. Miraculously, the dog's aggressive behavior instantly disappeared, and it even seemed a bit scared. The guests took the opportunity to feed the dog some treats, and it became noticeably more obedient, following the guests' commands without hesitation. The dog trainer realized where the problem lay, stated that the focus of the upcoming training would not be the dog but the owner. The dog was harshly kicked by the trainer. He told the owner that the dog was punished because of her.
보호자가 내게를 책임지지 못하면 어떤 대우와 어떤 처신을 당할지 몰라요.
When the owner tried to bring the dog back to the trainer, the dog showed strong resistance and wouldn't move at all. Compared to its previous demonic behavior, it seemed like a completely different dog. The trainer explained to the owner that the dog clearly bullies the weak and fears the strong. Actually, before every time the dog bit someone, there were signs, such as baring its teeth or growling. As long as these behaviors are stopped in time, no one will get hurt. If the owner wants to stop living under the dog's thumb, she needs to show it who's boss from time to time, making it understand its place. After hearing the trainer's words, the owner finally stood up and pushed the dog back. Next, the guests took turns pretending to be visitors to cooperate with the training. This time, before entering, the owner stood in front of the guests and cornered the dog on the sofa. Even when the dog growled again, she firmly put a collar on it and led it away from the sofa. The dog's behavior was very good, and it was very obedient when given treats. However, as the guests were about to leave, the dog suddenly bit a male guest on the buttocks. The male guest was puzzled as to why he was the only one bitten. The trainer explained.
호의적이어서 그랬어요.
The male guest smiled helplessly.